There are stories that stay with you, stories that creep into your mind and refuse to leave. Some are told around campfires, others in the shadows of a quiet house. But some stories, the ones that are whispered in the dark, are best left unheard. This is one such story. It wasn't meant to be shared at first. It appeared in my inbox, unread, gathering dust for years. But recently, I heard a faint whisper, like a voice calling someone's name from the woods. That whisper brought this story back to mind, reminding me that some stories refuse to stay buried. My name is Eli. I grew up in the small town of Pinebrook, nestled deep within the forests of the Pacific Northwest. I've always loved the woods, the silence, the shadows, the way the trees seem to breathe with you. But I learned long ago that some parts of the forest are better left untouched. It started with the whispers. I was 17 when I first heard them. I was camping alone, deep in the pines, the tallest trees I'd ever seen. I'd set up my tent near an abandoned trail, one the locals called the Hollow Path, because no one dared walk it after sunset. That night, as I sat by the fire, I heard it. A faint whisper, carried by the wind, a voice calling, soft and distant, like a child lost and crying for help. I thought it was the wind, or maybe my mind playing tricks. But I was wrong. The whispers grew louder over the following weeks. Always at night. Always calling my name, Eli. I'd wake up to the sound of footsteps outside my tent, heavy and deliberate, but whenever I peeked out, nothing was there. Just shadows dancing between the pines. One night, I decided to follow the whispers. I grabbed my flashlight and slipped out into the dark woods. The voice led me along a narrow, winding trail I'd never seen before, a path that seemed to breathe beneath my feet, alive with something ancient and unseen. The trees grew denser, their branches twisting like gnarled fingers. The whispers became clearer, more urgent. They sounded like my sister's voice. Sarah, who disappeared years ago in that very forest, never found. Suddenly, I reached a clearing. In the middle stood a circle of ancient stones, covered in moss and lichen. The air was thick with a strange, coppery scent, and in the center, a figure, tall, shadowed, and hunched, with glowing eyes that reflected my flashlight. It was then I realized I was not alone. The figure moved, and I saw that it wore the skin of a deer, stretched tight over its form, eyes burning with hunger. It was the spirit of the forest, and it was waiting. I tried to run, but roots grabbed at my ankles. The whispers turned into screams, a chorus of voices from the past. I felt cold, like ice had seeped into my bones. The creature's mouth opened wide, revealing teeth like broken shards of glass. It whispered my name again, this time more urgent, more real. Eli, stay. I woke up the next morning, miles from where I had entered the woods. The sun was rising, and the forest was silent once more. I never told anyone what I saw that night. The whispers faded, but I knew some parts of the forest hold secrets that don't like to be disturbed. And sometimes, when the wind blows just right, I swear I still hear that voice calling my name.